We're going to talk about searching just in a general sense here today, but I think you're going to get a lot out of this because search within a gallery can be a challenge, and we're going to go over several different options. One using container search, we're going to do delegable and non-delegable. We're going to search in multiple galleries at the same time. So we've got lots of different mixes I'm going to show you from several different environments. So I think if you stay tuned, you're going to find this to be quite informative and a good reference tool for you when you need to set up these filter sorts and searches on your galleries in PowerApps. So stay tuned. Okay, so let's start here with this first one here, a filter. So a filter uses and sort here, we're sorting and filtering on top of it, right? So this is just a plain search, and then we're going to sort here with this search. So you can see here the differences, right? Here we're filtering, and you can see we're filtering. This is the list, and then this is the column name, and then this is the box of which we're searching from. So let's take a peek at that real quick here. So when you look at that, here is the, wow, should have made it a little bigger, huh? All right. So you're not going to see that too much, but here, right here is the box itself, the search box. We're going to click on there. That's not it right there. Okay. Text search prop ID is the name of the search box. And remember, when you search, you're always doing it within the gallery. And so you can see here, we're saying, hey, this is the name of the list itself. It starts with, this is a column name right here. This is that text search prop ID right there. That's it. It's a text input box, dot value. And then we're going to sort descending. Okay. So pretty easy. That's really just your basic sort and filter, and it works very well for this application because all we're doing is sorting down through this very basic list here, right? So we're just typing it in, and as we type it in, going to the first character, it works, right? Because there aren't multiple words in here, they're just one numeric value. So that's a great way to search. But when you have a search that you need to do something more in, let's take a look at this. So in this search, what we're looking for, let's go ahead and hit play. What we're looking for is information within the task name itself. So here, for example, let's just type in Teams. Okay, and now we can see that we have information right here in Teams. Okay, and then here we also have information in Teams. Okay, now why are they in two different locations? Well, one of the reasons is because this is the active notes and this is the archive notes. And although we didn't hit the limit with this, we separated the lists to make working in the active note area much more performance oriented. So whatever you're working on moves quickly within this area because there's nothing in there. So let's fill out, let's say W9, for example, here. So we're just going to type in W9, and you can see right there W9. And then here, you can also see W9 is in some of this text as well, in a few of these archived. So also notice that we're transferring between this cell and this cell. Whenever we type in anything, it automatically comes up in both of them. Okay? So how do we do that? Let's go ahead and take a look. Look at the code. So here, first of all, we're going to click on the search box itself. And here, notice the name of it is search, SRCH, search all. And then if I go over to this bad boy, we're going to say what is the default, and there it is, search all. See that? So that means it's just going to replicate from here to here. Pretty simple. Let's look at the search itself for the gallery. So let's go ahead and find the gallery, which is right here, and we're going to look at the search itself. Now remember, the search is going to be under items. And notice here that this search is a little different. In fact, it's quite a bit different. So let's go ahead and copy this. And we're going to put this in our Evernote here where we're keeping this stuff, just so we have it for future reference. And let's go ahead and walk through it together. Okay, so here, this is a sort by columns. That means that this is a non-delegable. What does that mean? That means if you get over 2,000 rows in your gallery, it will only search the first 2,000 that it sees. Okay? So just keep that in mind. That's not a problem all of the time, but if it is, then you're going to need to use a sort or a filter in order to get that done. Let's take a look down here through. We've put some logic in here. We've basically said these drop downs that we have, if they're equal to certain things, all priorities, and you can see we're doing different results of those drop downs, and ultimately that's what we end up searching on, and we're kind of filtering down through that. And what that means is when you look in here, and I'm not going to talk in detail about those today on this video, but when you look at this in action, now I could say, hey, I want just personal stuff, and I want to search within my personal stuff. Okay, so I'm going to say PowerApp, for example, and then I'm going to say I only want to search in my personal things. Okay, and then it's only going to tell me personal things. And again, notice that it replicates, or I want to do it for MG, gives me a different, or I want to do it for all companies. And it doesn't like that. Okay, so that's kind of what I'm going to flip back to that Evernote page so you can see that. Where did it go? Okay, so you can kind of pause and take a screen capture if you want. These are the drop downs, right? And you can imagine where they write what they're named. These are the names of the drop downs. Dot selected results, and then but there's more to it because you have to put all companies in and things like that. But you can see where we're saying, okay, priority task, company name equals blop, related ID equals blop, right? And then that's kind of, then we develop the filter out from there. So that's just a quick example on doing that. So I think that about covers all of the different types of search. What I would suggest as you're working on your projects, let's go back to the containerized environment. So this environment here is completely containerized. So when you search here, you're going to have all of the information come up based on a search value. So the key to this app is they want it, all the actions come from the property ID. So once we get into the property ID, then we can do all types of different things within that property ID dependent upon our role in the environment, and we can put different things in. Now this is a little different, and I wanted to close on this. I'm not going to go into great details. I do have some other videos, so check them out on this. But this, we're doing a search, but we're doing it based on known variables. So for example, here, we're going to search on ads and marketing, and when you click on here, notice we have 4 responses. When we click on here and say this one, notice here, oh, that's funny, we have 4 responses. Let's see if we have one without. Maintenance, I think, has more. There you go. Maintenance has a lot more. Okay, so so you can see that it's searching, it's taking its value to search based on this value. So how do we do that? We're basically saying that this combo box here called combo category, and you can see here it's saying, and it's the same kind of thing, right? I'm going to copy that and put that in that list because that's an important one for you to remember. Oops, that was from another video here. So this right here says I only want distinct values, first of all. Filter, again, that's a search here. Here's the list name, and then category equals whatever the selected value is, find that question. So when you look into that structure, kind of what's going on there, we have a list called PM question, And if we were to open up that list and take a look inside, you're going to see question and category. But do you notice there's a bunch of categories in here and a bunch of questions? So what we needed to do was be able to grab that information here and be able to just give, again, another type of search, just give the one that makes a difference, and then we put it over here for saving purposes, right? So we're using, this is another kind of search, and then we pull some additional information in here. So, and if you look at this box here, you can see here that it's just looking at this drop quest, which is right here, drop quest. It's just basically looking at that, whatever that selected value is. And then this guy here takes a look and says, hey, look up PM question. The question equals text quest 2. Okay, so if you look at this, text quest 2 is in there. I can't remember where it is, but text quest 2, oh, that's the text here. And then it equals whatever that ID is. So pretty simple stuff. Those are all different types of searching, and this is a great one to keep as a help guide. So I'm gonna just scroll through this slowly so that you can do that. So I'll take a screenshot there. Take a screenshot there. Take another screenshot there. You should be good to go. Good luck.